Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol and welcome to Cycle Sunday. Now, here's a simple question for you. What exactly is a gravel bike and when should you buy one? Now then, I am here at Criterium Cycles, mate, your beautiful new showroom.
Welcome, Peter. How are you?
It's good, mate. It's very good.
Yes.
Now then, simple question for you. I want to pick your brains about gravel bikes.
Yes.
And we thought we would start off with three beautiful but very different bikes. Yes. And I'm going to start off with my, if you like, simplistic view of what a gravel bike is, and then you can fill me in on where I'm wrong or where I'm right.
Sure.
Okay. So what we've got here, in front of me is a traditional road bike.
Correct.
A very, very beautiful Trek Madon that I desperately want to take home, but sadly it's not my size. Next to you is what I would call a traditional mountain bike.
Correct.
Really, really nice.
It's lovely.
Mountain bike.
Yes.
That is a full suspension mountain bike.
It is.
And then in the middle is a gravel bike.
Is a gravel bike.
So where did we start with this one?
Yeah.
So
probably the best place to start is where gravel bikes have come from.
Yeah.
Because a lot of confusion out there is a gravel bike a cyclocross bike?
Yes.
Is a cyclocross bike a gravel bike? And the answer is, well, on a cyclocross bike, you can do what most gravel bikes can do. However, a cyclocross bike was traditionally designed and built to go racing cyclocross.
Yes.
So it tends to be a relatively aggressive geometry. They tend to not have massive tyre clearance because under cyclocross rules, 33mm tyres are the maximum. Gravel bikes don't prescribe to any form of rules. Mm-hmm. So this particular bike that you see here, which is a Trek Checkpoint, try and say that three times, comes out of the box with clearance for 40mm tyres, which 7mm tyres difference doesn't sound a lot, but my goodness, when you're on a forest road, it really does reduce the fatigue.
Okay.
In addition to that, a cyclocross bike doesn't tend to have any additional fittings other than a couple of water bottle cages, whereas an out-and-out gravel bike will have multiple fittings for things like mud guards, pannier racks, touring racks, bike packing equipment, multiple bottle cages, under-frame tool storage, top tube bags, loads and loads of accessories to go out on an adventure.
Right, so that's good at one thing, because I would look at that and I'd have called that a CX bike or a cyclocross bike. So that's quite cool. So I'm now going to hit you with my basic understanding of these three bikes.
Yes.
Because what we want to do is kind of position gravel bikes within the spectrum of bikes. Yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about specifically with gravel bikes, if you like, go up the price hierarchy and the kind of features hierarchy.
Sensible.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a road bike.
Yeah.
And I guess the name is the hint.
Yes.
This bike, and this happens to be a kind of race-oriented bike, but you can get endurance bikes and so on. This is designed to ride on the road.
On the road.
Yeah, yes. You could maybe go down a canal towpath or something, but you wouldn't do anything more than that. Correct. A road bike.
Correct.
So the wheels, the tyres, the gears, the geometry, they're all designed to go on the road.
Yes.
Okay. So that I'm good with that.
Good with that.
Wow. I've been listening to you over the last few weeks.
You're amazing. You're amazing. And I do ultimately have an automotive analogy, but you carry on because that's
okay. So what you've got over there is a mountain bike.
Correct.
Okay. Name's the hint.
The secret's in the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a mountain bike is going to have bigger volume tyres.
Yes.
Stronger wheels.
Yes.
Suspension on the front forks, probably.
Yes.
Most bikes do now.
Yeah.
It might have what's called a hardtail, so no suspension on the back.
Yeah.
Or it could be a full suspension mountain bike like we've got there.
Yeah.
And that is designed to go off-road.
Yes.
And you get a whole range of different mountain bikes.
Yep.
Some are for trails, some are for going uphill, some are for going downhill, some are for doing jumps.
Yep.
But they are designed to go off-road.
Correct.
Now, I have a road bike and I have a full suspension mountain bike.
Yes.
Okay. I love riding my full suspension mountain bike off-road,
yes,
but I utterly hate riding it on the road.
Yes.
It is horrible.
Indeed. And would you dream about taking your road bike off-road?
No, I get a flap when Strava takes me on a cycle path that's got a bit of gravel on it.
Yes.
So this does quite a bit of what this does. I mean, they look similar, don't they? They've got drop handlebars and stuff. So you could ride this on the road.
Yes.
It wouldn't be as good as this on the road because of the rolling resistance of the tyres and the gears.
Yes.
But you could also ride this off the road.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be as good as that bike off the road. Because, yes, it's got more stronger tyres, bigger volume tyres, stronger wheels, but it's not as out and out off-road.
Yes. Viewers, he's good.
I should get a job.
Really
Have you got a job? I could get a job in your bike shop.
We are expanding.
Hey, excellent, okay.
Yeah. Commute's going to be a nightmare.
True. So it kind of does a bit of this and it does a bit of that, but it doesn't do either of them well.
Automotive analogy.
Yeah.
You usually say incoming.
Incoming, yes, sorry.
The bike next to you, Ferrari 488.
Okay.
This bike here, Dirty Great Land Rover.
Big Defender.
Yeah. Probably with a winch.
Yes. And a snorkel. Yeah.
This one here, SUV.
Right, okay.
Yeah? So, let's not offend anybody. Honda CR-V, BMW X5, X3, just an SUV.
Yeah.
They are designed not to do any one job brilliantly.
Yeah.
They're designed to do lots and lots of things really well.
Brilliant.
Your road bike does being a road bike brilliantly.
Yes.
Your mountain bike does being a mountain bike brilliantly.
Yeah.
But anything out with those genres, they don't really do.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Yes.
We're now going to move on to budget.
Yes.
Okay. I like to do lots of different types of cycling. I've mentioned that I'm very lucky. I've got a road bike and a mountain bike.
Yes.
So on a Sunday morning, I wake up, I think, I'm going to go out on a road bike ride. I take my road bike.
Yes.
Or I think I'm going to go mountain biking. I take my mountain bike.
Yes.
I'm lucky. I can afford to have two bikes and have space to store two bikes.
Yes.
If I didn't have the budget for two bikes or the storage, and I really only had one bike, and I had a gravel bike, both of those two different mornings, I could wake up and just take the same bike, pretty much. I might not be able to go mega extreme off-roading, and I wouldn't maybe want to sit on that and do 100 miles, or you could do 100 miles on the road on that. Would that be fair to say? So they're a really great all-round bike.
They're a good all-round bike. The only caveat to that is if somebody woke up and they just want one bike and all they want to do is ride on the road, buy a road bike. Or if you live at the base of a trail centre and you absolutely love being in the middle of nowhere doing jumps and bumps and stuff like that, still buy a mountain bike. So if you only can have one bike, still get the bike that you're going to use it for 80% of the time. But if you live in a beautiful part of the world, as we've mentioned I think a couple of times, based on your dog walk videos, you are blessed with a ton of terrain that goes from backcountry roads onto in between farmers' fields on the farmers' tracks, up over onto the moors, onto the flint trails. To be honest with you, I think a lot of the trails that I've seen on your videos, probably a mountain bike is a little overkill for.
Probably.
But is real gravel bike territory. So if you're going to be riding 80% of the time on mixed terrain that's neither too gnarly or too smooth, a gravel bike's a great place to go.
Do you wear baggy shorts or lycra on a gravel bike?
Do you know, that is a brilliant question. And what I love about gravel bikes, I think you could call you and me, Peter, cyclists. We ride road bikes, we ride mountain bikes. But what gravel bikes have enabled roadies to do,
someone who would have one of these,
who would never go off-road,
a mammal,
has allowed them to do a little bit of off-road, but in their lycra, clipped in, to say, I'm still not a mountain biker. But what it's also allowed mountain bikers to do is do a little bit more distance and a little bit more easier trails, still in the baggy shorts, on a flat pedal, and go, I'm not a roadie. And that's what I love about gravel bikes. Very rarely do I fit a Garmin to it. Very rarely do I put it on Strava. I actually, it's like being back to a child again. You know, when you used to just, you know, you finish school, you're in school holidays, and you just literally pick your bike up, you pick a couple of mates up on the way, and you just go out to the park and ride your bike. That's what I love about gravel rides. There's just no pressure to it. It's wonderful.
Cool. So, shall we nerd out a little bit?
Yeah, I think so.
So over there, we've got 3 gravel bikes set up.
We do, yes.
Lead the way, sir.
Let's do it.
Now, mate, this is a handsome bike to start us off with.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, so what is it? And for this one, because we're going to go up in price range.
Yes.
How much money are we looking at here?
Right. This bike range is the Trek Dumane AL series of bikes.
Snappy title.
Oh, it just rolls off the tongue. And in terms of price-wise, this is going to start at around £800 and go to about £1,600.
Brilliant. So we're actually talking about, you know, attainable, affordable bikes, not like my bike build silly money.
Well, we sell a ton of these things. Wonderful bike.
So just talk us through the basics. So this is a gravel bike, but talk through the kind of things that make it a gravel bike and the kind of main points to think about.
So this is what we would deem as a sort of more road-biased gravel bike. So what does that mean? Well, it just basically means that because of the way that the frame has been made, from a cost perspective, there is limited tyre clearance on this frame of bike. So the bike tyre that comes as standard is a reasonable volume, so it's not your skinny road tyres. So it's going to give a little bit more comfort on a, you know, poorly surfaced road. You'll be able to take it down a sort of canal towpath onto a disused railway line, all of those sorts of terrain that you want to make more progress on than you would on a hybrid or a mountain bike, without spending a fortune. The gearing on the bike is more common to a sort of road biased gearing. You can put up to about a 33 to 35 millimetre gravel tyre. If you want to go a little bit more adventurous, but you're now finding about the limit of the bike.
And that's just basically because the tyre's going to start fouling with the frame.
Yes, you've got more limited clearance due to the frame construction. It does have a lot of accessory mounts on the bike.
Is that all these little plugs here?
Oh, it's just great, isn't it? So you can actually direct mount a top tube bag. So actually just behind you, that is a top tube bag, and you'll see on the underside there are 2 little holes, so it direct mounts rather than you putting Velcro around the frame. So really nice. You can fit a pannier rack to it if you're wanting to commute on the bike. You can put full mud guards if you wanted it to be your winter bike. It's a really versatile, really affordable, stunning bit of kit.
Last thing, I think you might have mentioned it, alloy frame, carbon forks.
So the lower leg of the fork is carbon fibre that's then bonded into an aluminium steerer with an entry-level aluminium frame. Really strong, really robust, and very lightweight for the price point.
So that is a pretty good entry-level
phenomenal bike.
Should we go up in price and up in spec?
Well, it is you we're dealing with, so clearly
I shall
we're
wheel this one off here.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
What a lovely colour.
It's really nice. And I hope the camera picks it up well, because this is Trek's teal, and it just looks really, really good on the bike.
It's very Porsche-like, actually, as a colour.
It's
really
lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, really nice.
So, this is a Trek checkpoint, did you say?
Correct.
Cost?
The range starts at just under £2,000, which is £1,875. And goes up to, this is the alloy framed version, which is an ALR. The R means that it uses a higher spec aluminium. So it is lighter, it is stiffer than the previous bike that we looked at.
Carbon forks.
Carbon fork, still bonded into an aluminium steerer. Cool. So really strong, really durable, and allows us to get to that price point.
Now, the first thing I noticed with this bike is it's got more tread on the tyre, but a much higher volume tyre.
Yes. So this bike here is a designated gravel bike.
Yeah.
So it's got some fundamental difference. The frame construction is completely different to the Dumane AL that we saw before.
Yep.
We're not going to go nerdy on this video.
I'm holding him back, people. I'm holding him back.
Yeah, but essentially the gear system that's fitted to this bike is a gravel-specific gearing system from Shimano. It's called Shimano GRX. The gearing is slightly lower than the road bias gearing that you had on the previous bike. So it's designed to carry more weight in terms of your bike packing equipment and your adventure equipment to do steeper, more off-road orientated riding. So therefore it's got lower gearing. However, these particular bikes still have 2 chain rings on the front. So the bike is very biased around being able to be efficient on the road to get to your gravel path and track, then be able to do some relatively technical gravel, but it's also got all of your mounting points on there as well. You'll also notice in the frame, Peter, how in the triangle itself there is loads and loads. There is a ton of mounting points, so you can actually get up to 3 bottle cages inside the main frame on certain frame sizes. You've got your top tube mount, you can put your frame bags on the inside, all of your cabling is nicely routed up to the top of the bike, so it keeps everything clear to be able to put frame bags. You'll notice how the top tube of the bike is a little bit flatter to give more space inside the triangle for all your bags. You can mount a bike packing bag on the back of here. It's just a wonderful
it's super versatile.
Oh, really versatile.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, lovely bike.
Very nice.
I own one.
Very nice. Well, there you go.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yes, I have one of these.
Okay, so we can still go up in price.
Always.
I guess the first obvious thing to say is this is still an alloy frame, so you can now go carbon frame, which is going to always put the price point up.
Yes.
And I'm presuming you've got a range of different gears. So should we bring in something? Have you got something more expensive than this one?
We do.
Yes.
But I just ask you to control yourself.
Oh. Oh no.
Yes.
Is it? It's not by my favourite Italian bike manufacturer, is it?
It may well be.
Bring it in. Oh my days.
You like it?
Sir. Well, first of all, it's a Bianchi.
Yes.
And it's got Celeste blue. I'm like Schmee with with his cerulean blue. And Celeste blue. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So it's a Bianchi Archidex.
Yeah, this is a new bike from Bianchi.
Full carbon frame.
Full carbon frame, full carbon fork with full carbon steerer.
Okay, so hit us with the bad news then. How much?
If you need to ask.
If you need to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah. So again, not bad. It's great value. So the range starts at just under 3,000 quid.
Yep.
And their mid-range model is 3,250. This is their top-end model at present. There is another higher range model coming, but that's yet to be released. This one's coming in at just under 5,000. It's £4,800. However, it's got every option ticked, including the electronic Shimano GRX gear system.
Okay, so tyres look like the same sort of size and spec as the one we've just seen.
So very similar tyre volume. In fact, what would be really fair to say is that this bike here will be able to cope with the same type of terrain that the less expensive bike would be, and not do anything more than that. However, with the carbon frame, always remember, yes, it is a wee bit lighter, But the fundamental thing about a carbon fibre frame is the fact that it does absorb more vibration.
Yeah.
So it is less fatiguing to ride on an off-road situation, even a road situation.
Yeah.
So that's what you're paying for. So it's laterally and torsionally stiffer for better power output.
Yeah.
It's less vibration, and it is also lighter.
Now,
yes.
I've noticed something.
What have you noticed?
It's only got one chainring at the front.
It does. So this is still a Shimano GRX gravel-specific gear system.
Yeah.
However, this one is what we call a one-by. So it's got a single chainring on the front, and then it's got a wider range of gears on the back.
Yeah.
So it has 11 gears to play with, whereas the other one had 22 gears to play with.
Yeah.
Now always remember that even if your bike's got 22 gears,
Yeah.
there are overlapping ratios.
And I guess it's what the difference between the very lowest gear and the very highest gear is.
Yes.
And then how many steps you've got between them. That's the smoothness between the changes.
That's exactly it.
Right.
So when somebody says to us, you know, I live in a forested area, I'm straight out the door, I'm doing very little road work, I've just got big climbs to get to the top of the hill, and then gravity takes its hold and I'm just whizzing back down again, then, and it tends to be quite muddy and claggy, then one-by drivetrains are absolutely brilliant because you're eliminating the front derailleur mechanism. Yeah, and all of those things.
Because when I'm out, we live in lots of chalk, in the downs there's lots of chalk, and my front derailleur on my mountain bike just gets clogged and stuck with stuff, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So what would that be like on the road in terms of top-end gearing?
Yeah, so it will have a slightly lower top-end gear than the bike that had two chainrings on the front. But again, it's still really manageable.
Yeah.
I mean, this particular one, I don't want to get too nerdy, but it's got 40 teeth on the front and 11 on the back. So somebody on an average pedal range would still be doing a good sort of 28 to 30 miles an hour before they start feeling as though they want more gears.
And again, loads of mountain points as well.
Loads of mountain points. Not quite as many as the Trek, because it's more designed as to carry more bike packing equipment as opposed to panniers and mudguards and what have you.
Beautiful thing.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.
I notice even little things like the extra grips on the hoods, just to kind of, they're just really nice.
Yeah, that is the gravel group set range. Yeah. It's really lovely stuff. And the other thing that you might have noticed as well is that the brake levers have got a much flatter front to them. So when you're braking off-road and you're being jiggled around a little bit more, it just gives you more purchase on the brake lever. There's lots of nice little features to it as well.
So that, for me, that's kind of, that's helped a lot. I mean, first of all, what is great is, depending on your budget, you know, from 800 quid to 5,000 quid, you've got to find something in there that's within your budget.
Yes.
Same rules stand. Get the right size frame.
Yes.
As always.
Yes.
I think we're kind of drilling that into everybody by now.
Yes.
And then the next choice is, I guess, is very much driven by budget and what you're going to use the bike for.
Yes.
But this is a beautiful one.
It's really nice. Yeah. It's really nice.
So there you go, guys. Hopefully you found that really useful. That is the kind of, you know, A to Z of gravel bikes.
Yes, yeah. We can go deeper, and if you've got questions, put them in the comments.
Yeah.
Anything that we may have missed in there,
we can pick up in a podcast.
We can pick up in a podcast.
So you need to make sure you're tuning into the Cycle Sunday podcast, where we basically just nerd out on cycle geekery.
Yes.
But yeah, if you've got any specific questions about gravel bikes, we have talked about them in a podcast before, but there's a lot, and they're a real kind of hot topic at the moment.
Yes.
But I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I just want to take this home now.
Yeah.
Can I just...
It's not your size.
Oh man, have you got my size?
I do.
Oh no, this is not... Anyway, before I get into a very expensive situation, make sure you like, share and subscribe this video.
Brilliant.
Make sure you follow Criterium Cycles, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cycle Sunday. Anyway, ride safe, guys. Ride safe. Now, where's the expensive version?
Come this way.
My size.
Yeah.
My size.